What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I already talked about it in a more personal piece, but with LeBron James going back to Cleveland, so he's not from Cleveland; he's from Akron, but going back to his home area, I should say. It's important to differentiate between the two. Adam Proda for Hockey News wrote an article about what big name players going back to the Toronto area would make the best stories. Obviously, PK Subban, but Steven Stamkos stood out, and then Stamkos favorited the tweet, which is kind of like. And then Proto later tweeted out that sources close to him indicated that when Stamkos was a free agent in 2016, or 2016, whatever you're supposed to say now, politically correct, he would definitely explore playing for Toronto for the max value of a contract. And I've said it before, I've said it ad nauseum. They've built a team around Stamkos in Tampa. This is his team. It's been constructed around him, more so than LeBron James' Cleveland Cavaliers teams were, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Eisman's built this team to play around him, and I think it'd be foolish to leave Tampa. And I'm not knocking Proto. I'm sure the source is legitimate. I wouldn't rule out Stamkos making the possibility, but my thing is, if I'm Stamkos, I wouldn't consider leaving Tampa. I'd take the most money I can get there because there's no state income taxes in Florida. He loves golfing. There's golf courses everywhere. There's beaches. There's beautiful weather. There's beautiful women. I just moved. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't sound really hypocritical right there. I just left Tampa after 4 years to go back home, back to Boston. But for me, it's more career oriented, and actually, in Stamkos' case, it would be career oriented too. Putting the combination between what's best for your career and what's best for your personal life. But looking at it from the perspective of the Leafs, yeah, it would be great. But they've been the epitome of ineptitude for the last how many decades? They've got one playoff appearance in the last, 10 years, and obviously that ended very, very poorly. And then it isn't and I don't think an ideal circumstance. Let's see what Shanahan can do to turn it around. But keeping Carlisle on board was a really awful start for Shanahan. He'll be on the hot seat going into next season. I'll talk more about coaches on the hot seat when we go through the season. But between that, the David Clarkson contract, the inability to have a decent defensive system to keep your goalie from seeing 35 plus chances a night. Why would Stamkos leave Tampa for that? But again, the bond that brings you home is pretty strong. So we'll see what happens there. But again, pretty cool story from Proto. But at the same time, I don't think Stamkos is leaving the great state of Florida. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ on Steven Stamkos possibly joining the Leafs in 2016. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.